Real quick before I jump into the vlog, I want to catch you up to speed. I picked up this yellow box in the California, San Diego area somewhere. I think it was San Diego. That's the piece that's going to Nebraska that I mentioned in the previous vlog. And then I delivered that in Nebraska bright and early in the morning. It was a super easy delivery. And then I moved on and I grabbed the load in Iowa. That's these tanks. And at first I tried to tarp it, kind of to use up the rest of the tarp, so make it a little more aerodynamically. But that didn't really work because the tarp kept sliding down. So then I just let it be normal. But so I picked up the tank in Iowa and I drove it to New York. And so now let's jump into the vlog. Good morning and welcome back to the vlog, guys. I am in Holbrook, New York. This is where I'm starting the day. We are unloading that big white tank right there, and there's actually a stand right behind that. Let me show you. Now, as you can see, I already unstrapped the stand and I only have one strap left on this tank. I don't want it to roll off on me. So just in case they have me back in somewhere, you know what I mean? Because it's a round object, it rolls. So yeah, there's only one strap left out. I'm waiting. They should be opening any minute now. It's almost 8 a.m. And so we are gonna get unloaded, and then more than likely we're just gonna sit around in traffic in New York City, because the next drop, this one under the tarp, this next load, this is where we're going next, is Connecticut. And so this load, that means we gotta go from Long Island down through like New York City area and then back up 95 into Connecticut. Now you might be wondering, what's a load like this pay? Now it's only 500 or 600 pounds for the tank, only 500 or 600 pounds for another stand, right? So I mean, we're talking 1,000 pounds altogether, and it's coming from Hospers, Iowa. Okay, that's why I grabbed it Monday or a couple days ago. Today is Wednesday, and so that's why I grabbed it Monday, I think, something like that. And so it's $1,350 for the load, and I think it's like 1,340 miles. So it's literally $1 a mile, and it's, I mean, we're talking what, 10, 12 feet, right? It's literally that thing I've mentioned many times in my other videos, half the weight, half the rate. However, that's, you can modify that and say half the space, half the rate as well. So it's $1 a mile, and it's definitely less than half the weight, and it's definitely less than half the space. But here's the thing, this other load that I picked up, it's coming from California, right? So this I grabbed all the way out in Cali, and it's not like I showed up to Iowa with that space empty, right? I had a load that I actually delivered in Nebraska. And so basically that's sometimes how it works out in a place like Cali. When there's limited freight, you got to take a load halfway and then find another one from there. But that's actually not even the only loads I have, right? So then I actually have this small little crate right here. See this crate? This crate right here is 100 pounds, and it's going from California all the way to Newport, Rhode Island. So I don't know if we'll be able to do this drop today. It would be great if we could. That means we would do Holbrook, New York, somewhere in Connecticut. I forgot the town. I'll look it up later. And then we're gonna do Newport, Rhode Island. If we can make all 3 of these drops, that's gonna be a super duper day. Thank you, Civic, for being my tripod. Let's get out of here. Now, when you're driving anywhere near New York City, you want to make sure you understand trucks cannot go on parkways. They can only go on expressways. And so even though I do not have a trucker's GPS, a pro tip is to just drop a pin right on the expressway that you want to take, and then Google Maps will just take you, it takes you just to the next pin, which you already put on the map, but your final destination will be the address. And so even though I only have one stop in Connecticut, that's my next stop, right? I have 6 pins along the way so that it doesn't automatically reroute me to some parkway. And that's one of the cons of using Google Maps. Now, I did see some politicians are lobbying or something like that, or they're trying to force Google Maps to make truck maps available, which, I mean, I've been complaining about that for years now. So, I mean, granted, they could do that, but realistically, you're forcing a privately owned company to, you know, I mean, like the libertarian in me kind of goes like, why does that sound like a bad idea? So, all right, and just like that, we're about 15 minutes away. We should be pulling up here any minute now. There's so many state troopers. Oh my goodness, look at this guy just chilling right there. Good thing for me is I'm not speeding, I'm not doing anything wrong. We're about to cross into Connecticut, so I'm excited about that. Look at that, exit 1, so that's how close we are. Okay, and just like that, we are here. Well, let's go talk to the shipping and receiving people over here, and let's untarp this whole load and get it unloaded. All right, it looks like I am at the wrong address. Even though they did have a dock here and whatnot, it happens, you know, no one's perfect. So, but it's literally the building right next over. So we are gonna roll through their parking lot or whatever, and we're just gonna, the loading dock is basically just on the other side of the building. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's flip around and then untarp and unload this load. Goodness gracious. Okay, so right here, the GoPro did that thing again where it goes into time-lapse mode. I think I figured out why it does that, so it shouldn't do that anymore. But I'm explaining right here that they unloaded me and they inspected all the pieces diligently, opened up the plastic, the cardboard, everything, just to make sure it's not damaged. Because what they told me is the trucker that delivered the pieces before me, he brought some that were damaged. And so I'm glad they inspected it, and so I'm glad the inspection went smoothly, no pieces damaged, bill is signed, and so right now I'm explaining that I'm gonna hit the road and we're going up to Rhode Island. All right, well, I stopped to fill up. I'm in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It's by far one of the only pilots, I think, is it a pilot? Yeah, one of the only pilots that you can get 4 trucks deep. This is, oh man. This probably one of the busiest pilots. Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Look, the tanker, that flatbed, this van, and then me. I'm the 4th one in line. So hopefully they're not, you know, gonna wait around too long. While I'm waiting though, I wanna top off my fluid because I do need some windshield washer fluid. And that's probably one of the things I don't like about the Ford. The windshield washer tank, I kid you not, is like half a gallon. It really is. Watch, let's go dump it. I got a notification light. It sometimes turns on, sometimes turns off. Oh, we gotta pull forward. Hold on, look, they're pulling forward. I pulled forward with my hood open. So yeah, like I was saying, look at that, like 3/4 of a gallon, it fits in there and only 1/4 is left. And so that's probably one of the things I don't like about the Ford. But speaking of which, the Ford now has, can you see that? It has 22,653 miles. Woo. I've been running hard. I really deserve a restart. Now, I did find something out about this load, right? The one that's going to Newport Road. No, what is it? Newport Road? No, hold on. Where's this load going? I already forgot. Right, so it's going to Newport, Rhode Island. And I did find out that they do close at 3 p.m. so I cannot deliver. Let's jump in here and talk. So that means I will have to deliver tomorrow because my ETA when I left was like 2:54, and now that I stopped, I definitely won't make it. Plus, cutting it that close, you got to go through badge or pass an ID or whatever it is. So military-based deliveries, they don't stay later. You can't convince them. You can't give them a couple bucks to hold out and unload you. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So I will have to deliver this Rhode Island piece tomorrow, and then I will do that restart. But anyways, guys, so that's gonna do it for today's vlog. I will see you guys in the next video. Comment below what your thoughts are, and until next time, peace.